Title: George Loves Butter. Peppa Pig Full Spring Episode Script. Scene 1. Peppa's house. Spring morning. The scene opens with Peppa Pig and her little brother George waking up in their cozy bedroom. Sunlight streams in through the window and birds are chirping outside. Peppa, stretching. Good morning, George. It's a lovely spring day today. George, yawning. Good morning, Peppa. Peppa, I love spring. Everything is so colorful and fresh. The flowers, the trees, and guess what, George? Today, we're going to the garden to help Mummy and Daddy Pig plant some new flowers. George, excitedly. Flowers? Peppa, nodding. Yep, but first, let's go downstairs and have some breakfast. Mummy is making toast with butter. George, happily. Butter. I love butter. Peppa and George rush down the stairs to the kitchen. Scene 2. Peppa's kitchen, breakfast time. Mummy Pig is at the kitchen counter, preparing breakfast. Daddy Pig is sitting at the table, reading the newspaper. Mummy Pig, good morning, Peppa, George. Breakfast is ready. You can have some toast with butter and jam. Peppa, sitting at the table. Oh, that sounds delicious. Thank you, Mummy. George, excitedly. Butter, butter. Mummy Pig, laughing. Yes, George, I know you love butter. You can have as much as you want. Mummy Pig places a slice of toast with butter in front of George. George grabs his piece and starts eating it eagerly. Peppa, munching on her toast. This is yummy. I think I might need some jam too. Daddy Pig, smiling. I think I could use some butter on my toast as well. Peppa, looking at George. George, do you think you could eat an entire loaf of bread just with butter? George, with a serious face. Maybe. Mummy Pig, laughing. Well, you better save some butter for the flowers in the garden, George. We've got a busy day ahead of us. Peppa, enthusiastically. Yes, we can plant daisies and tulips, and maybe some sunflowers too. George, nodding. Sunflowers. They all finish their breakfast, and Peppa and George quickly head outside. Scene 3. Peppa's garden, planting flowers. Peppa, George, Mummy Pig, and Daddy Pig are in the garden. Peppa has a small trowel, and George is holding a watering can. Peppa, pointing to a patch of soil. Let's plant some flowers here. We can start with the tulips. Daddy Pig, digging a hole with a spade. I'll dig the holes for the flowers. Mummy Pig, passing George a pot of tulips. Here you go, George. You can help me plant these tulips. Just put the roots in the soil like this. George happily starts planting the tulips, carefully covering them with soil. Peppa, grinning. Look, George. We're making the garden beautiful. George, happily. Beautiful. Mummy Pig, looking at George's work. Well done, George. You're a natural gardener. Daddy Pig, wiping his brow. I think we've planted enough flowers for today. Time to water them. George enthusiastically waters the flowers, splashing water